Hey guys, what's up? It's TryGuy here, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to change your tubular tires. So the first thing that you're going to have to do is to pull off the old tire. Basically you just got to grab it with your hands, rip it off, and that'll be it. Sometimes you can use tire levers to help you a little bit to scrape it out, but that's about it. Old tire is off. I'm gonna throw that out, not get it anymore. Now the next thing we're gonna do is grab the new tire, and we're just gonna put it onto the rim with no glue, nothing. Just put it on. That way it gets stretched out, and then tomorrow is when I'm actually gonna glue it. So you gotta leave it for as long as you can, just to let it stretch out. That way, once you have glue on it and you want to put it onto the wheel, it'll be easier to stretch on because they're always pretty tight. So I'm gonna leave it on overnight since it's pretty late already, and I'll just do the rest of it tomorrow. Okay, so the tire's on, pumped it up. You've always got to pump it up so that it stretches as much as possible. And that's about it. So I'm gonna leave it overnight. So I'll see you guys tomorrow to show you guys how to actually glue it on. Alright guys, so I left the wheel overnight with the tire on it. So now it's nice and stretched, and it's gonna be really easy to put on once it has glue on it. So basically all the tools that you're gonna need for this is your wheel, obviously, your new tire. You're gonna need a tube of tire cement, this kind of really strong glue. You can get this at any bike shop basically. It doesn't really matter which brand you use. This is Vittoria. You're gonna need a rag in case you get a bit of glue on your hands or somewhere on the wheel that you could quickly wipe off so it doesn't stay, since this glue is really strong, so it'll stay stuck on anything. You're also going to need a pump once you're done, and just want to have a nice easy workspace. I prefer to be outside. It's a bit less messy, so that's what I'll be doing. So you've left your wheel for a while. I left it overnight. And you're just going to want to take off the tire, let out all the air, and now the tire is nice and stretched and you can pull it off. It will have kind of sticked a little bit since there's a bit of glue left on the rim, so you kind of got to peel it off. Not too hard though. Alright, so now it's time to apply the glue. There's a lot of different methods for doing this, but the one that I know, and I know this works well, you can leave a comment what you do, but what I do is you put one layer of glue onto the rim, let it dry, and then you put one layer of glue on the tube while this is drying. Then that will dry, and you will put another layer of glue onto the rim, and then you're ready to put on the tube. Okay, so what you're going to want to do for applying the glue is that you'll take your tube of glue, start at the valve, or you don't really have to start anywhere specific. Make a little line like this of glue, and then you're going to spread it out with your finger. Make sure you get it right up to the sides, but you don't want it to go over top onto the other side where the brake pads will be. I put about that much. And while you're doing it, you want to be careful not to get glue onto the rest of the wheel. And you just keep doing the rest of the wheel like this. Now that you've got your wheel all glued up, like I did, I just finished it. So you're going to leave it, and you're going to start putting glue on to your new tire. Now what you got to do is pump it up a little bit so that the area where you have to put the glue is facing upwards. Pretty simple, just pump it up, and you will see that one side will kind of turn towards the top. So just like that, you can see that by pumping it up, this side kind of turns towards the top. So now we're just going to apply some glue onto this area, go all the way around, just the same idea as with the other wheel. Now you're going to want to go spread the glue out about this far, and then you just move it around. You don't want to get it onto the black part of the tire, and basically just bring it right up to the edges of the white part. Now the reason why you want to just do a little section at a time is basically just because the glue will actually start drying pretty quickly, so you don't want it to dry up while it's all clumped up. Alright, so the tire is done now. Now the wheel will basically be dry already, so it's time to go do the second coat onto the wheel. Alright, so the wheel's been done. Got 2 coats on the wheel, 1 coat of glue on the tube / tire. Now it's time to put the tube onto the wheel. This is basically the hardest part of all this. So you gotta put the valve in first, make sure it's nice and straight, and you've gotta stretch the tire as much as you can to get it all the way around the wheel. So you've got to be stretching it as you put it on. So you're going to grab your tire, let out all the air, so you don't want to have any air in it, obviously. This will be a lot harder to put on. Stretch it as much as you can as you put it on. You want to do as much as best you can not to get any glue onto the wheel. So now you want to try to make sure that on each side the amount of white that you see is the same, or else your tire is not centered and will be wobbly. Now we're going to pump up the tire, and we'll be able to make sure that it's exactly centered. Now you kind of want to do this quickly so that the glue doesn't dry right away. Now my tire looks pretty good, so I'm going to leave it like this, and then what you can do is just spin it, see if you see any wobbling in the tire. This actually looks perfect, so I got pretty lucky. Sometimes you'll have to adjust it a little bit, but as you can see, there's no bumps at all. So you're going to want to leave this tire on the wheel for about a day. I'd say at least 24 hours. And the glue will be nice and dry, and that's about it. So tomorrow I'll be able to put this wheel back on and use it. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys learned something new, leave a comment, leave a like, and if you're not already subscribed, I don't know what you're doing. You're missing out on some awesome videos, so you better subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. This is pretty much the best bike that Look makes. It is also one of the most expensive, around $13,000 in total for this specific model. These are 2010 Zip 404s that I just bought, got a really good deal on them. Super light, really going to be a big upgrade from the wheels that I have. These are actually tubular tires on them.